Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you a Rogue Marauder build guide in Baldur's Gate 3. This is a fun new mod that just got added to console today, so I'll be taking you through this as it's a rogue that's actually quite offensive and it allows you to attack with 2 weapons. This mod was created by the mod creator Kryptohack, and I'll be showing you the full build for this, some gear choices, and a combat demonstration. So starting off the rogue, you get the regular old sneak attacks, which is weapon damage plus additional 1d6 slashing, and this scales up as we level up. Now for our ability scores, 16 dexterity and then 16 constitution seems to be the best choice here, so you can go something like that, and then you can put the rest of your points into strength. I guess if you want to go somewhere around there, having a decent bit of wisdom is nice because there's a lot of wisdom saves that you just want to be proficient in. You can even just go something like that or take your points elsewhere. So somewhere around there. Strength's gonna be nice for jumping and carrying weight, but yeah, we're gonna want to have at least 16 dexterity and 16 constitution. You can put another stat to 14, but even having everything else around 10 and not have any negatives to rolls is also nice. You also get some extra skill proficiencies, and I always recommend taking persuasion if you're going to be the face of the party because you're going to use that a lot. Now I'll show you the full build guide here, as at level 3 that's when we get to choose the subclass, and we get some cool effects once we hit level 3. So with this we get to choose ourselves the Marauder, which gives us the Marauder's brutality. You no longer need advantage for your sneak attacks. That's huge, so we can set these up a whole lot easier. And we also get ourselves dual wielding mastery, so you can dual wield a weapon even if it's not a light weapon, and add your dexterity or strength modifier to the damage of the attack. And we also get the murderous expertise dexterous attacks to train for years. Weapons that do not have the two-handed property or heavy will add your dexterity modifier into your strength if it's higher. So you're going to see we can actually hit quite hard with this. There's a variety of different weapons. I have the Shar Spear here, but we can also go with some other ones, which I'll show you how to make it very powerful. But at level 4, we get the Relentless Assault. Your speed and agility allows you to make it one additional melee attack with your offhand when you take the attack action. This extra attack can only be made with a weapon that lacks the two-handed or heavy properties. And then we also get the Brutal Efficiency. When you roll a 1 or 2 damage die for a weapon, you can re-roll the damage die once, as long as it's not a heavy weapon. And for our feat, we're going to take obviously an ability score improvement and take our dexterity up to 18. This is going to be the way to make this the strongest version. Now, at level 5, we get ourselves the ever powerful extra attack, putting this up there with like the different rogue, or putting it up there with like the different fighters and things that get the extra attack. We also get a riposte. So strike a foe that just missed you with a melee attack. If someone attacks you, misses, you can strike back, which is nice. It doesn't get the superiority die like the Battlemaster version gets, but we also have ourselves the uncanny dodge. When an attack hits you, you only take the half the usual damage. The rogue is actually quite tanky in certain ways because of that, so uncanny dodge, high dexterity, we're gonna have a good armor class. We just use some skills here, so you can go with like intimidation because that'll give you ability, or this will give you extra skill checks. Stealth is also important too because that's something we're going to be doing often, and I'll show you guys the best strategy for that. Now at level 7 we get ourselves the evasion, so spells, whenever you succeed a dexterity saving throw, it will not deal any damage to you, and half if you fail, so you take less damage from spells. And you get the heightened reflexes, so additional reaction point, which is really nice. So that's 2 ripostes. Now we get at level 8 another feat, dexterity improvement, just makes the most sense here. You can go with the alert feat, but we can also take that a bit later. At level 9 we get the unstoppable force. Once per turn, when you reduce a creature to 0 hit points, you get to move an additional 4.5 meters and take another action. And you don't proc opportunity attacks with that movement, so that's really nice as well. And then once we make level 10, we get the improved relentless attack, so you can make an additional melee attack with your offhand attack anytime you attack with your main hand. This extra attack can only be used on any two-handed or any weapon that doesn't have two-handed or heavy. We also get another feat at level 10, so at this point we can take the alert feat for a +5 initiative. Moving first is really important. Level 11 we get the reliable talent. When you make an ability check with a skill you're proficient in, the lowest you can roll is a 10, so further doing better in stealth. And then we're at level 11, or level 12 here. You could also switch in and add in like the fighter if you want some different like a bonus action heal, but we're gonna stay all in on this for this version of the build. We'd also go with the savage attacker for re-rolling damage die. That's a pretty solid one. Tavern Brawler also has some merit if you want to drink strength potions, because you can equip the Nirulna in your offhand and throw Nirulna, and then this will add a bunch of damage to your attack. So Savage Attacker is really good. I'm just going to show off what Tavern Brawler can do because this becomes pretty crazy. It's actually pretty funny what it can do. But we get ourselves our weapon here, and then in the offhand, I'll put Nirulna because this is a really effective weapon. You can actually put this one in your offhand and put Nyralna in your main hand. So the reason I'm going with those two weapons is they're piercing damage, and we can wear something that'll give us extra damage. So putting Nyralna in the main hand, turning off the light, that's important. And then for our armor option, I would recommend going with the Ballast armor, because with this, we get ourselves the Aura of Murder, and the Aura of Murder can double our piercing damage. So with our bow or with our melee attacks, which do piercing damage, we can hit pretty hard. So Nyralna being really strong gives us additional movement speed and immunity to fall damage, and this one will give us the ability to see in darkness, and we can make darkness, so we can stealth in it. So this is really effective. We also got the Mask of Soul Perception for increased attack rolls and perception checks, initiative rolls, additional armor class from the Boots of Protection, Ring of Protection, and Cloak of Protection. Killer Sweetheart for that critical hit, which is very strong here. Hull-less Gloves for additional fire damage on our attacks, and Amulet of Greater Health. So you can obviously swap out any of this gear at any time, but 22 armor class, not too bad considering we're wearing light armor, and we have a very high chance of rolling a high initiative. So I'll show you what this can look like in terms of combat, because it gets really, really strong. So yeah, I'll give you a guide on that. To be able to sneak attack, we do need a finesse weapon, so I want the Crimson Mischief, but I'll show you a little trick that we can also do. And I'll also give myself haste just so you can see how powerful this can be at max. So we'll just get ourselves into combat here. And what we can also do is we can sneak around here. So that's really one of the biggest benefits of the playing. If you're playing a rogue, you're going to be wanting to play someone stealthy. So we may lose some turns of haste here, but we can go up and then we can sneak attack. Even though we don't need advantage for the sneak attacks, it's still, oh, we got spotted there. But then we'll show you what this can do. So yeah, I guess it's not letting us actually do the sneak attack properly. Typically you should be able to do that sneak attack, but it's not giving us that effect. But what we can always do is we can always bring someone else into the combat, and you'll actually give someone, you'll be able to always breaks his concentration. Whenever you have someone nearby, you can actually create the advantage just by having another person there. So that's another, I guess, way of going about doing this. And yeah, we don't have great movement speed, so I guess we'll just go with a normal attack here and just start off that way. So we'll just go with our regular old attack and get right into things. So we'll go ahead here, and we also got the ability to create darkness, so that's also really nice. But we one-shotted, we didn't really need anything else on that second attack. That was crazy. So yeah, we hit really hard, and we also have a pretty good amount of movement speed. We have the improved relentless attack, so we make our offhand attack there, which is nice. And let's go with our second follow-up attack. We also got ourselves the extra action. We rolled a 39, and we did 44 damage on that attack. So you can see this does hit really hard, and we got additional movement speed, so we can just go around stabbing everyone. Oh, we actually don't have enough movement speed here to actually hit him, but that's what we got the bow for. So even though we have disadvantage here, we'll still be able to hit and then set up for our next attack here, which will be pretty strong. So that didn't take him out. I'm surprised it didn't, because he has the Aura of Murder because we're standing close enough to him. And there, we finally hit it with it. And we'll just try one of these here. I won't even need to go for a critical here. Not super strong, but yeah, we'll just end her off there. We got the extra reactions, which are pretty nice, but using the Sharp Spear of the Evening, you can also get dark vision, which is really nice. So that's something that's fun, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. And then also go against the guards, because this can be pretty powerful. So the nice thing about this class is the Crimson Mischief just boosts our damage so much. So we'll just get in there, give him a good whack, and ooh, we won't be able to. You must have advantage on the target. It's strange that it's given that. If we went with the risky ring, we'd be able to attack them and get the critical no matter what. We can see, like, our main attack, 58 damage. That was pretty intense. So the nice thing about this is if you have advantage on an attack, the Crimson Mischief will deal extra damage. So that can be pretty strong, but we can also give ourselves advantage by having the squad around. So I'll show you what this looks like against a big group of enemies. So starting off another fight here, we can always go with a attack to start things off, and we hit really hard. So another thing that we can actually do that's really effective is we got the ability to create darkness, so that will really start to drive things up. And we one-shotted them. That's fine. They're all rolling initiative, and we rolled highest, so that's perfect. And with this attack, we got ourselves I guess the darkness this weapon here should give us the darkness, the Shard's darkness, but it also has a darkness attack, even though it's not showing up here. But we got the Shard's darkness, very effective. And what we can do with that is we can create a patch of darkness and hide in it because we're able to see in darkness, and then that will give us the much needed advantage that we need on our attacks. So we can just go and sneak attack and take them all out. So that hit for 140 damage. That's crazy. We can only do one sneak attack per turn, so pick your targets wisely. But our Crimson Mischief will deal an additional 14 damage on attacks. Jeez, there's 70 damage there. And yeah, we also have this extra attack too that we can use, so further enhancing our damage. We're hitting high numbers. That didn't kill, but that's fine. We can always get them next time around. So that is the beautiful thing about darkness, is you can hide within this and you're pretty safe when you're in there. So I'll just let everyone skip their turns, and they're just not even going to be able to deal with anything because darkness is such an overpowered spell. It really messes with the enemy's AI, and if you can see in darkness, you got a huge edge up over the enemy. So they're not even going to be able to deal with me. They're just going to run to them, and that's fine. We can just ignore them. We'll let them attack. We'll just go around doing our thing. Oh, they tried to shove us, and they tried to attack us too, but we got our riposte here, so we can attack back with our we rolled a 37 to hit, and boom, that took him out. 50, 34, 44, 14 damage. That hit really hard. I'm not sure what calculates the riposte. I tested it before and it was kind of strange how it works, but you can see it hits for a huge amount of damage. And back to our turn here. So for some reason our sneak attack still doesn't turn because it says it can only be used once per turn, which is odd because this turn just started. But that's no big worry. We'll just go in here and attack, and I guess I'll also show off what this can look like. Yeah, that took them out. I'll show off what this can look like if we use the Nirolna and this combo. So Char Spear has a really nice effect, and that's why I thought that this was a good weapon, because the Edge of Darkness will create a patch of darkness, and whenever you roll that, you can also hide in your darkness here. So that somehow took them out as well. Okay, yeah, I guess it hits in an area of effect with that, but didn't expect it to do that much damage. But you can see there, it's pretty strong. And then from the darkness, we can go in and just do our ranged attacks. Unfortunately, the sneak attack range won't work properly, but you can see it getting advantage on these attacks from the darkness is really nice. And then we can hit them with the fairy fire, which will set up even further amounts of our sneak attacks if it works properly. Sometimes there's bugs between different mods, so this may not affect you. I just went and changed around some of my mods because I was having issues, but yeah, you can see the sneak attacks are pretty strong. So darkness being a huge friend, especially if you got the Char Spear to be able to see within it, because then you can just focus on being stealthy within that. And what's nice about that is you can just, oh, we got Sonic Backlash, took them out. That's hilarious. Having Call the Weak is also really strong. For some reason, it also uses the monk animations. I don't know why it does that often, but it'll sometimes put you into the monk animations too. And we got a good amount of movement speed when we use the Nirolna, so we can run in and attack someone here. And you can see we can hit really hard, 28, 36, 16. And then as a little bonus, we can also go over here and then throw our weapons. And we can throw Nirolna, which will allow us to have that return back to us. So boom, displays, critical block, still dealt the thunder damage. And we hold it really funny. But it'll come back to our offhand, which is pretty cool too. So we'll throw her again, and I guess we have to select the weapon. We'll throw that again and hope that it doesn't miss because it hits really hard. Yeah, as you can see, very powerful. That is a really strong Marauder, having two weapons that can attack and hit hard. Char Spear is obviously only available to evil playthrough, so you can only do that strategy on an evil playthrough, but Nirolna you can get for anyone. And then the Crimson Mischief, or really any of the finesse weapons, work well. Also going with the Thalar Aluve weapon that you can get early in the game. It's a finesse weapon that you can use, but I prefer piercing damage because piercing will get this extra sneak attack damage, and the ballast armor will double it. So let me know your thoughts, what your favorite thing of it is about this build. Hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in the next video.